Oh, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome back to another Fans Forum. And I've got my guests here. I've got Jason and I've got Anuda as well. Good evening to you guys.
Good evening. Good evening.
And I've got Big Dun's coming on in a minute, and Billy's going to come on soon. Chip Hass is going to be on this way as well. I have sent a link, by the way, and I hope they come at some stage. And yeah, guys, if you haven't watched this before, right, it's a Fans Forum, so you can have your say. If you want to come on live, come on.
No. There's a different wording for it, John. No. Fans Forum now.
Nah, video call. But Paul said it's fine. He said it's cool. And but they're all doing it. You look at AFTV does it as well. You got the Manchester ones as well. You got Views as well, sort of thing. Even Bristol City, apparently, I could be wrong. But if you do like the video, hit the likes.
Really?
You can slap Annie, you can slap Jazz, slap my channel as well, and leave your comments in the live comments as well. Now, I'll start with Jason. Wow. Saturday. 3 days before we play Aston Villa. Oh, and by the way, just to make an announcement as well, I'll be back on the channel tomorrow at 7:30 with 3 Aston Villa fans coming on me chat. One of them is from Qatar. So join us for that tomorrow at 7:30. So yeah, Jason, start with you. You talked about performance, yeah, 4-2 loss. My God, and you haven't heard from Steve Bruce, sort of thing. He's going to make any changes on Saturday?
Nope. Still going to play 5 at the back. Most likely see Willock start, but everyone's going to be played out of position. We'll still see Carafe back at centre back. There's not going to be much change apart from Willock, mate. I think.
Why don't Steve Bruce? The 5-3-2 does not work. Okay, we've seen that from our own eyes. Yeah, our eyes don't lie. We've seen it every single week from last season as well. Why is he not? Why is he not making a change? Why is he not changing things up? Why is he, system playing the system where it's clear it's not working? Why?
He doesn't like change. As simple as that. When he tries to change, or when he's told to change, if he's ever actually told to change, he'll try it for one game and then he'll revert back to what he does, doing it his way.
Yeah. Absolutely shocking. Do you know what I mean? The club's a joke. It really, really is. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know how the players pull over this. It's the style of play. Because I'll tell you something now. We saw in the pre-season, against Rotherham, no change. Doncaster, no change. York, no change. He kept playing the same system week in, week out. And it just seems to me that they just fell off of it now.
They are. Well, like I said yesterday, Paul's channel, this is like we're still playing pre-season. We've not seen anything different.
No. And I said we've got to change it up now because I want to see big changes. I want to see different style. I don't even know what the style is, to be honest with you. Do you agree, Annie? What is our style of play, Annie, for Newcastle? I know you've been watching it again. What is our style of play? What is our style?
Anything I say on Paul's channel, people are going on about me. I say you're a counter-attacking team. You're like, oh no, you're too slow. We're too slow. Our centre backs are so slow. We can't play out the back. I'm like, then what's Bruce done over the years? Let's just have a think about it. What's Bruce done when he was at Sunderland, when he was at Hull, when he was at Sheffield Wednesday, when he was at Villa? He put numbers behind the ball, and then when you got the ball, you attacked. You counter-attacked. And then when I say that, when I try to make that point, everybody turns on me. I'm like, that's what we've been watching for 30 years of his managerial career. He's not changed. He's not going to change.
No.
Might as well just stay with it, I suppose.
The thing is, we've been watching Steve Bruce's football and career, follows career sort of thing. He hasn't even changed one iota. He got sacked to Sunderland, sacked at Huddersfield. He got sacked at Villa, right?
He got sacked at Villa because that was because of owners. That was not Bruce's fault at all. In my opinion, it was not Bruce's fault because he had the money. He brought players in. It didn't work out, yes, but the owner was he was very dodgy. He was forced to work under very suspicious, dodgy circumstances at Villa.
Wow, I didn't see that. Didn't know that at all. But obviously, you're championship. But did wear that. PD, welcome to the cup, mate. How are you doing?
You're not too bad yourself.
Yeah, I'm fine. Not pretty
Good.
bad. Pretty bad. Just a good day at work, sort of thing, and just dreading for Saturday game, sort of thing, against the Villa, sort of thing. It's going to be so tough. We're just talking about the style of play, sort of thing. What is the style of play? What is our style?
Have so many men back behind the ball and attack very little, which it seems to be nowadays.
And it's just hasn't changed at all, hasn't it, sort of thing. That's why we got beat. I mean, and do you think you're overreacting, Pete? Are you overreacting about the
No, definitely not. I mean, you've seen what happened against West Ham, for starters. We didn't do anything in the second half. And look what happened. It turned into a massacre.
Fact.
For us.
Fact. And the thing is, I mean, I'm getting people to come up to me and say, look, it's only one game, Joe, it's only one game, don't overreact, sort of thing. But people don't understand this, right? We're going to
last season.
Go on, Pete.
It's the same problems from last season.
Exactly. It's a new season. It's the same Newcastle, the same squad that we witnessed last season, right? The same manager and the same style. And we as fans are just sick of it. We really are. And is he ever going to change the style anytime soon, Steve Bruce? Is he ever going to change the style of play? He's going to change formation?
He's stubborn, big-headed, and he's just...
I think he needs to get sat. He really has to get sat because I can't see him. In my opinion, I don't think he'll last till Christmas. Jason, can you see him last till Christmas?
This time.
I think I'm on the high percentage of people that are giving him about 10 games. I probably wouldn't even see him get that. We've got Villa and Southampton next. We lose those two, then it's going to be very, very toxic. It's going to be toxic even if we lose to Villa. So I'm guessing by the fans, he's already one step out the door.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, I mean, it's just something we can't get beat at Southampton. We cannot lose against Southampton because that's going to be a relegation dogfight. That's going to be a relegation battle. Do you know what I mean? It is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. And one of these days, fans will turn. And Pete said the same thing on the Horseman show over there. The fans are going to turn. The fans will turn.
They will.
They've already turned, haven't they?
Now.
He's done. He's definitely done for me.
He needs to go now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. He needs to go now. If he doesn't go now, then we're going to be in big trouble. And Paul gave us even Paul Wiggins in the cup, mate.
How are you doing?
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the Fan Forum.
Hey!
That's a new one. Welcome to the cup.
I'm going to BBC Radio Newcastle tomorrow night. And my first question is going to be, why do you play five at the back? Why do you
I'm going to come on to that.
Why do you consistently play five at the back when it doesn't work? Why do you not change it up? Why do you wait till the 80th minute to make a substitute? They're my questions lined up for Steve Bruce tomorrow night.
Get on the flipping phone thing. We got Total Sport, Dave and Alston tomorrow. Get yourself on there, man.
I'm going on there tomorrow.
I'll be listening. Paul, you gonna listen to the Steve Bruce tomorrow on Total Sport? So you could go on there, radio, you could ask him some questions or no?
I'm not going on. No, I'll not be ringing in. But I might listen to a bit of it. It's just we don't know whether these questions are going to be screened or not. I have my doubts as to whether they're going to be honest questions or whether they've already got a list of questions that they're going to ask him. So I don't know, because he just annoys me when I listen to him. You know what I mean? It just, as soon as he opens his mouth, I get angry.
And I mean, the thing is, so I mean, apparently one of a couple of tweets I've seen last night and probably the day, it's going to be pre-script apparently, but I hope that is not the case. It should be open. It should be an open question. The fans should ask what they want at the end of the day, and just deal with it. Do you know what I mean? And
what's the point of it?
Well, I'm
What's
going
the
to ask
point?
what I want answered. I'm going to ask what I want answered. And if you don't like it, it's tough.
But what's the point of them going on if it's pre-screened questions?
yeah.
It's pointless.
Oh,
We've got a right to ask our own questions and demand our own answers.
Yeah.
man. Exactly. And I mean, Andrew, I know you're a Bristol City fan, sort of thing. I don't know if you know that Steve is going to be on BBC Newcastle tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and yeah, that'd be worth listening to if you can download it and have a listen. I mean, what do you think? How do you think it's going to happen for Steve Bruce on BBC Newcastle?
I mean, they're definitely gonna screen the questions. Definitely gonna look at it before they come in, unless it's a call. I doubt it. I doubt if it is. Don't really have an opinion. Happens a lot in a lot of football clubs. Just a normal thing that happens these days.
Yeah. See what
How much beeping out do you reckon the phone calls are going to have?
They won't. There'll be 7-second delay. Anything they don't want, they'll just cut off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Billy, where were you last night on my show?
I was doing a bit of a Premier League review with Bazza for an hour.
Was that a fan forum?
No, just the two of us.
Funny enough, Billy. Unbelievable. All my bloody listeners studying off to other people's forums, I tell you what's happening to this world.
Not good, Paul. Not good, baby.
Oh man. Hey, I've just hit 2.5k, so I'm happy today, right? I'm you know, it's heading in the right direction.
Well done,
Brilliant,
man. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, man. You've done a good job there, honestly. Big up to my guy. Bigger in the cut.
I even put a singing video on Twitter.
Yes.
Oh,
I did listen to it, man. I have to listen to it later. But yeah, I mean, Billy, welcome to the cup, mate. I mean, Billy, Sunday's performance. I mean, first half I thought it was excellent. Second half I thought it was very, very shocking. Absolutely shocking second half. I mean, is Steve Bruce going to ever change his style of play? What is the style of play? What's our style of play?
We looked quite stylish first half, I thought. I think a lot of it's down to the fitness. West Ham looked 20 times fitter than us, with 20 times more ideas than us in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They changed tactics and shut the ball off, and the goalkeeper Sharvey was not allowed to have the ball, and therefore got frustrated, got himself booked, and was non-existent second half. They cut the supply line to him off, and that was it. We had no attacking threat then after that. I thought West Ham was superb second half. I'll be honest with you.
I thought Declan Rice is fantastic, and Suchek is class as well in the midfield. I mean, wish I had a midfield too like them, but our midfield is quite weak, and I know people's going to go at us as saying that sort of thing. Our midfield is weak, and Almiron is definitely not a central midfielder. He's a number 10, and I thought Emil Kraft was very, very poor, absolutely poor. He's not even a centre. You've got on the right back, plays the centre half. He is absolutely shocking him. He needs to be dropped on Saturday. He needs to, otherwise he's going to
all the dropped, gone.
Yeah,
I'll be very interested to see what Steve Bruce says in his press conference on Friday, because will anybody ask him the difficult questions of why he left two centre backs on the bench and played a right back and centre back and all this kind of stuff? But we know it's not going to happen. We know that no journalist is going to say that, because if they're going to ask the difficult questions, they're going to get barred, aren't they? They're going to get banned out of the press conferences for upsetting the regime.
They're going to miss the team. Paul, the thing is, though, they're going to miss their tea and biscuits Saturday in the press conference. That's all they're going to miss. The messengers ask the questions. What are they going to miss? Just a cup of tea and a biscuit. Who cares? Who cares, man? But you're right. I mean, it is. I'll tell you what, though, and you're asking one question at a time for you soon. That club is an absolute joke. It's a banter club. If there's any of the banter club, I'll try to get these two people on, but I got stuck here in a minute. But get him on in a minute. So yeah, I mean, we've got to talk about Sean Longstaff. I mean, he's been linked with Everton and Southampton today for £10 million. Lads, what do you make of that one? I'll start with you, Jay.
Well, I heard that we've rejected a 12 mil bid for him. So what's going on? I don't know.
Crazy, man. He was rated, what, 40, 50 million pounds by Rafa Benitez, yeah? And we could have sold him 50 million pounds. But what's your take on it, Annie Ruda, Sean Longstaff, 10 million?
I haven't got the faintest clue, to be honest. I've never really noticed him play. I don't really have a comment.
Fair enough. But good win, brilliant win for you last night against Reading. Well done to you. Big up to you. Got 3 points.
Finally. 3 points. I think we all...
Championship, come on.
We're 12. We're in the top half. It's unbelievable. Absolute miracle. How has that happened? I don't know.
Good for you. Good for you. Chipaz, I mean, obviously you weren't very happy on Sunday against West Ham. And what's this? Ask everybody. What's our style of play under this?
We haven't got one. We don't have one. It's just pants down football, isn't it? It's just take up the proverbial and hopefully we'll get away lucky with a lucky result. There's nothing else about it.
It's ridiculous. And I said to Jerry on, is he ever going to change his style of play? Change him from 5 at the back and just play 4-2-3-1. He's never going to do it. I mean, we keep persistent playing that game all the time. Why is he keep doing this? Knowing they're going to get beat, right? There's no change in this. He's no change in the pre-season friendlies, and the players do not look match fit at all whatsoever.
Have they ever been fit with them?
Exactly, we said this. How long have we said this for now? They aren't fit. Yeah. Even in pre-season, you know, Tippers, you know, Billy, you know, people, we've all discussed it, how the lack of fitness in this team is going to affect us. And it started, you know, when I was at Burton, I noticed them breathing out the backsides after an hour, and I thought, you know what, this team isn't even ready. And then, as usual, it happened again. Against
what's David doing? Oh God, what's David doing? Oh.
It happened again against West Ham. We waited by 60 minutes. The lot of us were. It was finished. They were blown out the backsides again.
Yeah, I've seen your video, Paul. Right, absolutely fantastic. By the way, absolutely spot on. And as you always, but you're right. I mean, it doesn't seem right. Do you know what I mean? We've gone to the new season, right? I said this on Monday. Going to the brand new season. New season, still Newcastle. There's no style of play. There's no improve on the players. It's the same players in last season, and that is why people getting upset about this.
Crazy. Yeah. What are we doing in training? I mean, you know, I have my own thoughts. That, you know, it's about time that maybe, you know, I don't know what you guys think, but you know, when Steve Bruce is getting all the flack, but we have to aim at his coaching staff as well. What is he doing in training that is affecting his side? Because it's not just Steve Bruce; it's the whole backroom staff. So whatever's going on, they're all doing it wrong. That's what I think.
Well, one thing I look at is. One thing I look at is that if he sits on his backside all week and doesn't take training or he doesn't see training, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just got Jones and there's Jones arguing Clemens them running it. Bruce isn't gonna have a clue, is he? Because he's not gonna see them train. He's just gonna sit there and watch and just they're gonna be like reporting back to him, but then they might do something different through the week. Then he might change it on the Saturday. I don't think even all the coaches and him are on the same page at all. I think they're all on different pages, and I think that's part of the problem. I think they could be doing something different in training. Well, when they train, and then doing something different on match days because it's Bruce that picks the team. They might train differently through the week. They might pick something different, but then when Bruce comes down to it, why was Kraft? How did anyone consider Kraft playing on Sunday? Why? When you've got two other players fit for that position on the bench when they're supposed to be fit? Why?
Facts.
And how many times can we say that we've gone into a half time with a lead and we're confident afterwards we're going to hang on to it? Never happens, is it? Because after a team talk and as the fatigue sets in after about 50 minutes, we're going to be defending on the edge of our 6-yard box for the next 30 minutes. And
I said that second half. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Go on.
Yeah.
Right, I said the second half, right? We should have, as soon as that second goal went in, we should have doubled up on the flanks because that's where they were getting their joy. I mean, Richie and Murphy were getting roasted on the wings, and he did nothing about it. Well, they're just going to keep getting roasted and that's where they're going to target. And for me, I would have brought Lewis on to go left back. Did he say something? I would have doubled up on the left. Is he going now?
I think Dave's going, isn't he?
He's going, Dave. Oh, he's going.
And then on the right hand side, I would have put Kraft at right back, or put Murphy at right back and put someone on the right wing, double up, stop the flow, but he didn't react to it.
Well,
he kept doing it.
We have to try something different.
Yeah, you need to change it. You can't just. I mean, why did he keep 5 at the back on when we were 4-2 down? Why? When we're behind in the game?
That is a joke. That is Chip Hassel. Really, it's 4-2 down. Still insists to play 5 at the back. Why? Takes Karen Wilson off, right? We need a goal or two to get back into the game. He goes to Texas Wilson. He brings on Joe Linton, right? And he hasn't changed anything at the back. Why? We could all see it.
John, you must have been happy seeing Joe Linton come on, though, I admit it.
Oh my heck.
I mean, I remember moaning about Pardew because he wasn't a proactive manager. He was a reactive manager. Yeah. This plank we've got now isn't even a reactive manager. He just sits there and does absolutely nothing.
This is it. This is it. He's a defeatist football manager.
There's no plan B. There's never a plan B. If things ain't going right, there's not a plan B. They just surrender.
Well,
we played well first half, Chippers, to be fair.
Yeah, we did. But you look at second half when West Ham went 4-2 up. What did Steve Bruce do? Absolutely nothing. He brought Fraser on, but then he didn't change the system until about 6 minutes left in the game, where he decides to go 4 at the back. And by then, we didn't have the players on the pitch that were able to do anything about it because Wilson was off. Our main striker, and when Caroline and Joe Linton hit a cow's ass with a banjo. So we were never coming back. But leaving it to the last 6 minutes to go 4 at the back, why not, like you said, Billy, be reactive? And as soon as West Ham get the 4th goal, think, right, I've got to change this now. We're going to get anything out of this game. Let's change it now. And it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. The great managers do it before it happens, though. The Guardiola see the change in the style of West Ham, and they were harrying much more, cutting the supply lines off, and they would have done something about it. But this bloke just sat back and hoped for the best, basically.
Yeah, you look at Mancini in the Euro final. When he changed this. He changed it pretty much early on when he saw England. Because England dominated early doors. Mancini saw it and thinks, right, I've got to make a change. So he made not a big change, just a slight couple of tweaks, and then Italy were on top of us for the rest of the game. And that is the sign of a world-class manager who is able to spot it immediately and do something about it. Rather than stand there with his hands in his pockets, talking to Steve Agnew. I mean, what the hell's he going to do? Why isn't Steve Bruce his own man and decide, right, I've got to change it here. I'm going to tweak the system. Maybe don't even have to bring any players off. Just tweak the system. Do something. And, for the fans' point of view, let the fans see that you're actually trying to do something.
Well, you know why? Because he's iron-proof. He's never going to get the sack. He's going to pick up his money each week. Doesn't matter. He's got no ambition whatsoever. Because he doesn't need to have any ambition because he's going to pick his money up, not get the sack, and just trundle on to the end of the season, picking up points here, points there, with a bit of luck. There's no rhyme or reason to what he does at all.
What do you make of that, Pete? I mean, do you think he's not going to get the sack? According to what Billy said.
Well, if he doesn't get the sack, it won't surprise me. But you just hope it's his last season because this is into his final year of his contract.
Is it
But
though?
It's a roller, isn't it?
that's why you wonder his current contract. But if they give him a new deal, I'd cry. I'd honestly
is-
cry.
I mean,
He
look at
couldn't
this
even know himself
scenario, right?
when it ends.
Yeah, but you look at the scenario, John, right?
Yeah.
If we lose on Saturday, right, and then lose, God forbid, to Southampton, who are, quite a lot of our favourites to really struggle this season. We are 0 points after 3 games when everybody said, oh, it's a decent start for Newcastle. So if we lose these 3 opening games, surely questions have to be asked, John, about Steve Bruce. Surely the serious questions need to start being asked.
Fact. I do agree, Paul. 100%. Because I'll tell you now, if Arteta lost against Chelsea and then Man City, right, that's 3 games straight with 0 points, right? It's under huge pressure. Talk sport. Everyone's talking about Arteta's under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Every single station saying Arteta's under pressure. Every minute of the day, right? None haven't been mentioned. No mention about Steve Bruce, who lost the first 3 games. They're all going to say,
Arteta's a foreign manager, that's the problem. He's not an English manager like Bruce and English media who love him. He seems to come across as this god of, he's untouchable. And it's, even though Arteta's won more things than Bruce in a short space of time, he's the one that's getting the stick. Well, let's be honest. Would Bruce do a better job there? No. He would. So why people are giving him stick is ridiculous. That's just my opinion.
I think Bruce will be under some pressure if we lose our first 3 games. But until it happens, we're not going to know, are we?
Nah.
I mean, it's vital we get some points, though, John. You know what I mean? It's vital, given the games we've got coming up, and especially, God forbid, if we're in the relegation zone coming up to Christmas, the games we have.
Oh, I'll agree 100%. Because you look at the games we've got after Southampton. We got Man United, then Leeds. Yeah. And you honestly think we're going to win those games? Not a chance. No. We're on job because I tell you what, here, Steve Bruce cannot get away with what he got away with last season. There's no fans in the stadium, right? And I hope the fans give him hell. Do you agree with that, Jason? You're a bit quiet, mate. Do you think so?
Well, going back to what Paul said, I've got a little stat here that none of us are going to like. And it's for Villa as well.
Cool.
Did you have to?
We're all going to find out at some point. So, since Steve Bruce has been in charge of Newcastle have not scored a single goal against Aston Villa at Villa Park. We've had 2 draws and 2 losses, and he's not beaten Villa as Newcastle manager.
Oh,
and we used to be their bogey team at one point.
Yeah,
he never does well against these former clubs like Bruce. That's his thing. Never does well against these former clubs.
So it's not looking good for Saturday.
I thought he's only played Villa twice. I thought Bruce under Newcastle under Bruce.
The 2 seasons, isn't he?
Yeah, so he played. No, at
2
Villa
defeats
Park.
and 2 draws. 2 defeats and 2 draws.
No, at Villa Park. Jason
it was Villa Park. Yeah.
All at Villa Park. Yeah, but that's our last. Yeah.
Last 2 games at Villa Park have been 2-0 defeats twice.
And we've not scored a single goal.
We're lucky to get nil last season. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys, we're going to be 3-0 doing after before half time. I said on Saturday I'm going to stick by it. I've got some comments here, by the way. I've got Paul here. It's fine, John. Thank you, Paul. Legend. There's a guy called Davies, like Pete Davey on NFC Matters. I've got to call him the judge. If you listen to him, he is passionate. I'll call him the judge.
John, I stood next to him at Burton. He was just in front of me at Burton. He's a class lad, absolute class. He is very, very vocal as well at the matches.
And I'll tell you what, with David, I'd love to get Pete on me chat. So I'd love to get him on me chat as well. I really do. He's got.
Are we not good enough, like John? Are we not good enough?
How to put your subs down.
He wants to get all his. He wants to get all his morning shout outs on the show as well.
Yeah, he wants to get all
The lot of celebrity squares.
Hey, you know what? I've interviewed some good people there on the chat, sort of thing, like, you know, some big ones as well. But I got hello, everyone. Congrats, Addy, on Bristol City winning yesterday. On
Who
Tandy.
cares?
I think Tandy's got quite a few comments here. Let's remember last time we played Southampton at home, we won 3-2. Ended the game with 9 men because of injuries and Jeff Hendricks sent off as well. Is there any way any of you guys can live stream the radio phone in?
Not allowed to, John. You get copyrighted, mate. Unfortunate.
You get a stop to all you.
John, I'll find a way.
John will divert the live stream via every satellite above the earth.
Remember, Super Bowl's coming on next year. I may do that.
God.
Me popcorns. Imagine me doing the Super Bowl for 4 hours.
Christ almighty.
Wow.
Well, you've done live streams over 4 hours before, John, so we're not out new.
24-hour stream coming up.
Oh, God.
Plenty of time. We're going to make a decision on that one. It may be too long for us, maybe too late in the day. We're at the box-to-box midfield. Carries the ball forward, gives us options and gets into attacking positions.
But we can't just rely on one person. Though we're a team. There's 11 players on that pitch, not one.
Totally.
We've got to remember, John, Willock's not going to sort out the back line, mate. That's the problem. You know, yes, he'll be a bit livelier going forward, but he's not going to sort out the back line, where we lack in pace. And are we relying too much on Willock? Are we going to, you know, is Willock going to sort of burn out eventually because we're relying on him too much, you know?
This is exactly my point. It's exactly my point. You pin on hopes on a 21-year-old, right? It's going to keep us up here. Because I'll tell you what, the senior players that we've got should take some responsibilities as well. And I've always said that. If they can't take responsibility at the club, they shouldn't be at the club. Real talk.
Willock as well isn't match fit, we've got to remember, because he's only played, 40 minutes for pre-season? So he's not fit.
Could be a sub against Villa.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start him, mate, just because it's Steve Bruce. I mean, me, I would play him for 55 minutes if need be, and then take him off. But it's a hell of a boost if he starts the game, isn't it?
I can see Hendricks starting. I can really see Hendricks starting, you know, on Saturday. I really can, because he didn't play on Sunday, so he's going to see he needs game time or something to play him.
Crafter continue at centre back, no doubt.
Oh my God!
I don't think you make any change. I don't think you made any change. By the way, Middlesbrough goal up by the way against QPR. So
just coming.
And Pardew has players that can impact the field of play also, Pardew. Listen, Pardew is not my favourite manager, let's be real. But what he's done, he got us 5th, right? He had better players than the ones who got the deer, like Ben Arthur, Kabay, Sissoko, yeah?
I'd take him back in a heartbeat over Bruce, mate, to be honest. In a heartbeat.
And he played a 4-3-3.
Yeah, he did, Jess, he did.
Although one thing, he did have a hobby of changing left backs like every game.
I did like that.
He loves the left back, so
he did, man. But he did. But Johan Kabay, what could we do with him? The thing, so we need a player like Johan Kabay. We have not had the creativity midfielder for about 8 years now, and
we've never replaced him.
Exactly, Paul. Exactly. And that's the first we need. I think we should have got someone in so it's going to create for the midfield. That's not Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce, just like a kick and rush, knocking us in the 80s.
Yeah. Mikel Merino could have been a good replacement, but it was just got rid of not long after buying him.
I tell you who I haven't replaced is Mike Laugh, but I don't think we've replaced Mo Diarmi yet, if I'm being honest. I think he made Shelby look a bit.
He was quite a powerhouse in the midfield.
Yeah, I think he made Shelby a better player than what he actually is. That season we came back up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that 5th place that we got in Pardew, that was the only season where we've got our transfer business done early, and we reap the rewards from it. You know,
exactly. Can you imagine if we had done Papi Cisse in summer, not January, I reckon we would have got top 4 with the scores.
Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah.
The thing is, you look at that as well, right? We'd come straight back up under Houghton. We finished, was it 10th under Houghton Pardew, and then we finished 6th. That's when we should have kicked on. That 4th season should have been when we kicked on. But again, we didn't sign anybody. Well, we signed, was it? Anita. Yeah. And that's it. And then we got rid of Barr, and that's when it just went back. It's gone back to shit creek, and we hasn't recovered since, has it?
No, they haven't learned. They haven't learned at all. That's Ashley for you. Do you know what I mean? That's Ashley. You must be thinking, oh, why should I spend money? You know what I mean? They're doing well.
I'm not sure he wants to learn, John. He's happy finishing 18th, 17th each year, isn't he? As long as he can get Sports Direct on his stands all around the world, advertised for nothing, that's all he wants.
Billy.
No interest in ambition.
That's his ambition, 17th. That's my ambition.
Absolutely, yeah.
You guys' ambition. My ambition is finishing the top 10 and then push on and try and go to Europe. So I've got Michael, yeah? He's got people guys on the chat, and this guy speaks sense, absolutely sense, every single time on the streams. If Bruce gets a new contract, I think a lot of players will want transfers away. What do you make of that one, Pete?
Oh, yeah, I think they would. I think if ASM would be one of them. There'd be so many.
Just only the good ones. The bad ones wouldn't.
Yeah.
Shelby would want a new contract if he gets one.
Oh.
Well, how long is it until Callum Wilson gets paid off? You know, if he keeps getting brought off for no apparent reason, how long before he thinks, right? I mean, getting replaced by Joe Linton week in, week out, that's not going to suit Callum Wilson at all. No. And you know, your 2 goals down in a game, and he takes you off. What does that say to Callum Wilson? What does it say to the fans? You know, I'm taking Callum Wilson off because I know the game's already gone and we've got no chance of getting back into it, or I'm not going to try and get back into it. Ridiculous.
Yeah, Paul, I totally agree. I mean, I would not be surprised. That if he goes away at the end of the season, sort of thing, if we get relegated. Oh, Selkirk goal up, by the way, 1-0, baby. And go on to the quick one. So I'll go for this quickly. Good talk about the long staffs in a minute. Come and watching the West Brom game. I like their manager, by the way.
I'll tell you one thing. Arsenal have agreed to sign Ramsdale for 30 million. They've just announced he's agreed. Yeah. 30 million pounds.
This is the goalkeeper. Chippers, this is the goalkeeper. Yeah. Right? He did 60 goals against Bournemouth and 60 goals last season plus for Sheffield United. Yeah, that's 120 plus goals he's conceded, right? And I'll tell you, for Sheffield United, I'll just say, yo, take the money, 30 million for him. Thanks very much indeed. I tap that all day long. You
know? They reckon he's going to be number one, challenging Leno for number one. You know, so I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely mental. Woo! And I mean, I can see the Arsenal fans going absolutely nuts with this. I know Lee Judges wasn't happy with it because I watched him the other day and he was bombed. So he's going to be hitting the roof tonight. I mean, £30 million for a goalkeeper that's let 120 odd goals in 2 seasons. And it doesn't matter about his defence. I mean, you can say, it was Sheffield United defending or Bournemouth defence, but come on, 30 million quid.
What did they sell Martinez for?
There's a big
25.
25.
Unbelievable.
Takes 2 teams down in 2 seasons and he's worth 30 mil. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, dear.
He's gone, man.
Big up to Sheffield United, man. Big up to Sheffield United for selling.
I think because he got into the England squad because of Henderson's injury is the reason now he's suddenly worth 30 million.
Yeah, the value's gone up, yeah.
He shouldn't have been near the England squad, to be fair. He shouldn't have been near it when Henderson got injured. For me, Darlow should have been called up, but that I'm not being biased, but if you look at all the English goalkeepers that were available, you look at Darlow, the season he had last year, and then you look at Ramsdale and you think, wow, Howie, there's no comparison between the two. So if you're going to put Ramsdale in, truly the Christ, Darlow should have been in the head of him. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any I mean, if Ramsdale's worth 30 million, how much is Carl Darlow worth?
Exactly. Totally agree. He's 30 now, Darlow, and he's still a quality keeper.
He's got years left, Darlow. He's still got years left.
Aye, definitely. Maybe what, at least 10, 12, 13 now?
What? He's not going to play at least 42 or something, good, John. Jesus.
No?
Goalies do.
Probably get 10 if we're lucky. Maybe, I think realistically, we're probably only going to get 7 million for him, I'm afraid. I think he's out on 15.
Chippers, he was talking about the money, not his age.
Oh, I thought he was tired about his age. I thought there was something wrong there.
12
or 13 years. Bloody hell.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Tech. I've got Talk 6 equals London. What he meant to say is TalkSport is all about the top 6 clubs, yeah? That's what they talk about, yeah? I've got Lily as well. Just heard Douglas Luiz, Watkins and Bailey are back for Saturday.
Yeah, they are.
Cheers.
And the thing is, John, just what we're talking about the pace. If you think he's going to pick the same team on Saturday,
Yeah,
you look at the pace that Villa have got, mate. They're going to absolutely pummel us with pace. They'll have seen the performance against West Ham and how West Ham played, and nobody can't tell me that the Villa manager is going to say to his players, "Right, we just go at them," because they've got no pace, they've got no positional sense. It beggars belief.
Facts. And I'll tell you what, I'm dreading on Saturday as well. They are going to score goals, and we're going to get an absolute good one on Saturday. I really do. And I'll tell you what, and I'll be on that channel on Saturday. I'll do the watch along. Hopefully, Paul come with us. I tell you what, beware. Paul will be absolutely forming. Lily.
Well, the thing is, right, Villa got crumbled off Watford, right? They were 3-0 down at one stage. Yeah, they did all right to get back to 3-2. So they've got a point to prove on Saturday as well in front of their home supporters. So they're going to be ultimately fired up even more because of the first opening game defeat. And we can't say that about our lot, can we? That, we lost, so we're going to go into Villa Park with firing rebellions, because we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't.
It's their first home game without Grealish as well, so they're going to want to say to the fans, well, we can still do it without Grealish. We don't need him.
Yep.
But our only hope is if they haven't started gelling properly. Yeah, that's our only hope I can see.
Yeah.
And it was obvious in the first half of Watford they weren't gelling, but coming back towards the end, maybe there were signs they were. So if they ain't gelling, we've got a chance. But
they've got those players back, Billy. Let's not forget. So
they've
got players to come back, and we haven't. We're at our full strength, and it's still. We've got a full strength squad, and he plays Kraft in the centre defence. It beggars belief, man. It really does.
I agree with you, Paul. 100%. I mean, that Leon Bailey, Evans, and I mean, if you haven't seen him play, the guy's absolutely brilliant.
He's rapid.
He's quick. Yes. He target Kraft. Him an easy target. They're targeting him. So I would not play him at all on Saturday. I've got to again. I strongly believe Fulham will break the championship points record. Early days, man. Early days. But the way they playing in a minute, they're looking good. Tangi, haven't won at Villa for a long time, even with Boost. Not sure, but did Rafa win at Villa? I think did, you know?
We only played them once, I think. We drew.
Nils each,
did we not beat them 1-0 down there?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1, was it?
It was 1-1. It was twice because we drew 0-0 when the season we went down, and we drew 1-1 in the championship. Yeah. That was the only time we played them.
Mike said, get Mike Bassett in so we can sign Benson and Hedges.
God.
Right.
Sign my man Butler now.
Wow. I tell you what, they'll probably do better than Joe Linton. Very cool. I want to talk about Sean Longstaff and Matty Longstaff. So Paul, watch your video as well about Matty so far. Brilliant video again, right? I think Matty Longstaff has been treated like shite in Newcastle. It really has. I mean,
but have you heard the news tonight?
No.
That they're looking at trying to get a 1-year contract extension from him before they loan him out. I mean, what is the point? Matty's going to look at that and think, why the hell do I want to sign another contract here when I'm just out in the cold? He may as well be in southern Siberia, man.
Yeah, I totally agree, Paul. I totally agree. If I was him, I'd just say, you know what, I want away from this club. I want to just play first-team football. He should have gone to Udinese. I've said that last season. He should have gone to Udinese. And I said at the time, I'd rather see him playing alongside Rodrigo de Paul. Now he's gone to Atletico Madrid rather than John Shelby. He even had a lot from him in one season than he does to Shelby. But you're right. I mean, I can't see the point. I think, and what's the point in sending him out on loan as well? This is the thing. We introduce the local lads like Sean and Matty, right? What do we do with them? We just discard them.
I said last year, right, when he got his new contract beforehand, when there was all the commotion over it, I said, what's the point? What's the point? Because he's not going to play him. He doesn't play youth players. He doesn't give them a chance. And here we are, 1 year into his second year, and I said Matty Longstaff should have went. He should have walked away and said, stuff the 2-year contract. I want to go and play football for me. I know I support Newcastle and I know I want to play for Newcastle, but I need to do what's best for my career, and sitting on the bench or in the stands or whatever isn't it, because that's all he's done for a year. And Steve Bruce and the club have held him back. they've held him back a year in his progression. So now when he comes next players or anything like that, he's going to be behind. Like if he went to another club, even in the Championship, and played 40 or 50 games, like you would have like what Armstrong and Tony have done. So, look where they are. Matty Longstaff could have been that if he went and got some games somewhere.
Yeah, totally.
He played one game, didn't he? He played him in one game, didn't he?
And that was at Man City away. Man City
yeah. And then blamed him, but he didn't play him again. So indirectly, he was blaming him for that. So yeah.
They played against Liverpool as well. They not play him
two ridiculous games. Yeah.
Do you know what he did then? They threw him under the bus. Sorry, lad, they just threw him under the bus just to put two things up on our fans and just say, look, and that's how he done. And I said that at the time last year as well. Threw him under the bus. And that's for sure. £10 million. What do you make of that, PD?
It's a funny one. 10 million, I must say. Wow. Because when Man United were prepared to pay about 40 or 50 one time nearly.
Just proves how far he's gone backwards, though, doesn't it?
Really? He has kind of gone backwards under Bruce. I agree with that.
I mean, if the owner is all about money, surely he must look at that and think, well, I could have got 50 million for him 2 years ago, and now under a different manager, he's worth 10. Why is he persisting with this manager when it's plain to see that he's regressed under his management? It doesn't make any sense.
When you get
£40 million out of pocket.
When you get Bruce, you lose 3/4 of your value.
Yeah. But it makes no sense why actually would entertain having a man like that in charge of your team. He's depreciating his assets, isn't he?
Well, this is what I was saying though, Billy. On you get these people on Twitter saying that about how we're always hammering Steve Bruce, right? But the fact of the matter is, the question has been asked so many times: is which players do you think in our squad have improved since Steve Bruce came in? Because there isn't one.
The only one was on loan.
Yeah, Jacob Murphy went to Sheffield Wednesday and improved, but that wasn't Steve Bruce's guidance. It was Sheffield Wednesday. There isn't one player, and most of them, if we're brutally honest, have gone backwards.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Bruce goes on about work in progress. No progress, it's work in regress. It's a reverse work in progress. It's going backwards. It ain't going forward. Nobody's gone forward. I mean, that's the point you have made earlier. Sean Longstaff has gone from 50 to 10 million. That isn't progress. That is regress, isn't it?
Regress,
yeah. I mean, trust the progress. I heard people cry. Trust the progress. Yeah, it's a joke. The club is an absolute joke. It really, really is. I mean, we may as well not have an academy because the academy may as well just cease to exist. I hate to say this, guys. They may as well just seriously because at the end of the day, they're going to come through. I think Michael's made a good point as well. Again, I'll come to him in a minute. Brindia and Baby on the Wings with Richie and Murphy. It's only going to be one of them with Fred. Good video. So, Paul, spot on, mate. Thanks a lot, Keith. My nephew met Matty Longstaff at Nados.
Nados.
I get it worse than Adam Brazil.
Take your family to Nados.
My nephew met Matty at Nando's Silverlink last night. He sent us a photo on Facebook last night. I hope he spoke to him and asked him to try and get him to stay at the club. And Michael, yet again, the way Bruce has F Matty over Warriors could have happened to Anderson next.
John, why can't you read that full sentence out? You swore on my channel on Monday, so you can do it. You'll go expletive on my channel, but you won't even swear on your own.
Oh, well, that's not fair now. That's not fair, that.
Exactly.
But, yeah, I get to tell. Elias Anderson, where is he? Played his supposed to be on load at Luton, but he played a good game against Arsenal. I thought he was fantastic for me. Showed glimpse. But where is he, though? Why is he not in the team?
Not seen him since, have we?
No.
He looked so promising in that little cameo he did against Arsenal. I thought, well, this lad's one for the future. Not seen him since.
But Steve, there you go again, though, Billy. Steve Bruce said, you know, he actually during an interview said he was in his plans because of, you know, the way he'd come on. He'd done really, really well. But we haven't seen him since.
No.
And I know Michael says there he got injured. Yes, he has been injured, but he's never been anywhere near getting back into the first 11.
Yeah.
And he is a talent. Like Billy said, he did brilliantly at Arsenal in the FA Cup. He changed the way we played, and then we haven't seen him since. That's the manager. That is down to the manager. It has to be.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be. I mean, I hope when he gets to the press conference on Friday, I hope he's asked that question or something to Anderson. But on the third, he doesn't like tough questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
That
won't
won't
be
get
asked
asked.
that at all.
We won't be.
The thing is, right, some of the local journalists, right, I'm not being funny, right, some of our journalists, right, especially local ones, I'm sure they're all here, but I just think that some of them are just so scared, absolutely scared of asking the questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said to Paul earlier, and I was on this chat sort of thing, those are just a bunch of muppets, you know what I mean? Cockroaches, some of them, honestly, cockroaches, I'm telling you. And I got Bruce doesn't like the youngsters. Keith, you're absolutely right.
It's right.
We said this, didn't we? Bruce wanted to loan him in January.
Oh, there it is.
There he is.
Hey.
Hey!
Put the light on. No, see, because of the light. There he is.
I want him.
Oh, isn't he lovely?
Oh, look at
It's
him.
nice. It's nice.
he's just woke up from his kip, so I'm off to feed him, mate. So, John, I'll message you later on tonight because I need a favour off you, buddy.
No
So
problem.
I'll message you later on, bud.
All right, bud.
All right. See you later, everyone.
Hey, Paul.
See you later,
See you, Paul.
Paul. See you,
Take
Paul.
care.
Nice one. Take care. Cheers.
Yeah, so I've got to just do the feedback sort of thing. So, yeah, that's fine. Thanks for coming on. Vocal as always. Says how it like it is.
Yeah. So one horseman left. One horseman left now.
Yeah. Indeed.
Who?
Yeah,
There's two, yeah.
and Chip has as well.
Oh, Chip has as well. Oh, yeah. Is he there?
Any Chip has sort of thing. Probably his phone's run out sort of thing. Bless him.
Yeah.
Guys, went to the toilet and remember that to turn the stream off this time. Oh,
There'll be a screenshot of it straight up again in a minute.
Well said. Well said.
Two streams.
Two streams. Just a
Oh,
reminder,
dear.
guys, if you like the video, can you please slap a like on the video and do consider subscribing. Tomorrow night, I've got 3 Aston Villa fans coming on me chat tomorrow, talk about a match preview. One of them, a Villa fan, so Qatar as well. So I shall be looking forward to that one. And it should be absolutely lit. So I've got Michael Bruce wanted to loan a mute in January to get game time, but then thought he would get a game time. Then Bruce never bothered him since he was doing crap. And then the same guy, Anderson looked better on the bar and the camera at Arsenal. Most builders, which is very, very true, and wanted to go forward with the bar. Steve Bruce doesn't like players going forward with the bar. He just wants to turn into a defensive manager.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've got the new sort of chiefs in at the academy now, like of Caldwell and Harper.
Gary
and
Caldwell,
people yeah. What do you think that could change the dynamic within the lower age groups in terms of, because what I feel is, because I'm just going back a bit, when we had before Glenn Roeder became manager, he was involved in the younger age groups, wasn't he? Do you think that, not maybe this season, but down the line, that could have an impact on the youth talent that we'll bring through? But
no, because Bruce has set the ceiling above the youth talent and below the first team, hasn't he? He doesn't use them. Whereas when Glenn Roeder was in charge, Souness did bring a few youngsters through, didn't he? The Ramages and that kind of player.
He did, that's right. Yeah.
But Bruce won't do that. And in reality, he should be, because he's not getting any money for transfers. The youth team should be where we're getting our players from. And it's the perfect shitstorm. No transfers and no youth policy.
And just on the question of youth as well, his former boss, Sir Alex, I think we all remember he gave youngsters a big chance. He doesn't seem to have learned any. If there's one thing he could have learned, was the value of bringing youth through, like Sir Alex did with the class of '92.
Absolutely.
That didn't. that sort of them words of wisdom obviously haven't, been absorbed by our current boss. So
the only thing he seems to have absorbed from him is his pig-headedness.
That's about it. Yeah. That's it.
I just think he's arrogant, boost. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He hasn't got his tactical nous.
It would be nice because you see in the early stages of cups that we bring in the youth players to play, and then we never see them again. I mean, we've had the likes of Tom Allen put a decent performance in a couple of times in the cups.
Yeah.
We've had Cal Roberts, was it, before he got moved on?
Yeah.
He was doing pretty well.
Yeah.
We've had so many that have been doing well, and they just get shifted on. Why not give them a chance in the league?
Absolutely. Why not? And there's another thing I was going to say as well, that and this is football in general, football clubs in general. They have definitely missed an obvious trick of manufacturing your own, a la, I'm going to mention that club, Ajax. Now, Ajax have never, throughout their history, spent big, have they?
No,
they have brought through, I mean, you can name a team yourself. I mean, the last team to win with homegrown players was Ajax, wasn't it? The Champions League in '95, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that should have been a lesson for all other clubs to say, if they can do it, we need to look at our clubs. And that would save quite a few quid as well, if you think about it. Yeah.
Well, it's the perfect system of self-sufficiency, isn't it? Because they have a cycle of bringing the youth through, winning trophies, sell, bring the next lot through, win trophies, sell. It's perfection, perfect self-sufficiency, and they had 4 or 5 generations done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing of Ajax, they know the rules, they know what they're up to, they know what's all about, right? There's no complaints. They got a talented coach, for Eric Ten Hag, right? And I tell you what, though, he's another match I'd love to have in Newcastle because he loves to work with young players. But only like him, right, sort of thing. He hasn't won the elite trophies, the big elite trophies, that sort of thing, like get to the final. But I get he's all about Eric Ten Hag. I think he's a cracking manager. Well, he's 50 now, and he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's just on a new deal, by the way. And I've got some more comments here as well. Got even FE1, even Thomas. Hi, John. Hi, Peter. How's Jay? Hope you're okay. And even to you, Keith, if he's on the chat. So, yeah, you're right. But what Newcastle do, right, they're never going to be like Ajax. They're miles
no. I mean, that is a, that where as the Leverley brothers thing, it'd be a case of dream, for that event to happen, But, and another thing I was going to add as well in terms of, if you remember Liverpool from the 70s, they had the boot room, didn't they? Bring their own coaches through. You had Shankly, then Paisley Cohen, then Joe Fagan, etc. I'm surprised, and including our own club, that nobody has taken that on board, because that for me was unique, ahead of its time.
Yeah, man.
Because the way I feel, if you have homegrown coaching teams, like that would keep the dynamic steady of any club. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
But the way I look at football, modern football, it's too short-termist. They don't think 10, 15 years down the line. They think of the here and now. We want the success now.
Well, that booty era ended with Roy Evans, didn't it? When they were when Manchester United was starting their domination.
That's
like you say, it was short term. But to be fair, they give him Roy Evans a fair crack. And by the end of his reign, of course, I think there's only Ronnie Moran left, and he was like 70 by that time. So
that's
and then they imported and won trophies, didn't they? I think that's something from a bygone age, isn't it? The
boot room
continuation of stuff,
it's I think all the big money that's come into the clubs has led to this, paying big contracts to managers and all that. But I'm thinking, the way I'm thinking is it's twofold effect. That also it keeps the club solvent as well, rather than
I agree with you.
You know,
but
thinking
thing is as well, we just come out. Michael's got another good comment as well down the line. Would any take Les Fernandez to football to take over goes through?
Yes.
Can I say something on that?
I'll take him back as striker.
Can
I say something on that?
Go on, yeah.
Les Ferdinand is currently at QPR. He's doing a very good job there. He's bringing through youngsters like Eze. He's brought in the likes of Rob Dickey or linked with for cheap, and he's improved them. He's hired the right guy. He's got everything going. When we saw QPR about 5-6 years ago, when they were complete and utter mess, just every single time, the fact that he's come in as sporting director and just completely changed them. I think that would be a great appointment. The thing is, would he want to leave QPR? Because such a good project going there. That club's got so much potential.
Under a takeover, I think he would. Yeah.
If he gets the right financial offer, sure he would. But
and bear in mind that the chairman of QPR, it's Rubens, isn't it?
Rubens
is involved, isn't he?
Rubens.
I think Rubens is involved in it, and he'd be one of the purchasers of the club, wouldn't he? So, yeah, I think we definitely get Les Ferdinand if that happened. I think.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You're not coming to Newcastle United with Ashes, so I can tell that.
No.
No chance. Jonathan,
no chance.
You were very lucky to win last week. Bristol still crap. Annie, you and Richard Masters, is that your new name from now on?
Well, just one sec. Jonathan, did you watch the game last night, mate? Yeah, I thought not. Go ahead.
Nice one, mate. Hey, go on, Annie.
Like I said, it would be good to have some homegrown talent over coaches, but you still want the best ones you can get.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's a fair point. Yeah.
And not as well, before you get new coaches over, you need a new training complex that needs updating right away. Everything needs updated.
Yeah.
Just put money on it to make it better, and then bring on the people come through. Got Tanji as well, Les Fernandez friends to the Rubin brothers, so it will be a good idea in terms of having those contacts and advisors. And Michael said, agreed with Addy, exactly what I want in Addy, and he knows what the club means to the fans. Yeah.
He also does with QPR, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Les Ferdinand, absolutely brilliant. What a guy he is. It's Chipper says.
He's there, he is. He's there. I see him.
No, I thought you went off again. Sorry, but I got Mike said, PD, how can I get a picture sent across the Four Horsemen show? I don't have Twitter though, Pete.
How can I get a picture sent across?
So do you know when you post like funny things on stream, like you and Bazza always do, like mocking John or something?
Yeah.
All right.
What happens is we generally message Barry or Pete through Twitter. If you haven't got Twitter, I'm not sure what you do.
Or if someone's got us on Facebook, then yeah.
Wow.
Unless it's indirectly asking you for your phone number, Pete.
Oh, is that what? Sending you some naughty pictures?
Oh my god!
You couldn't even reach your masters.
Okay, so you did watch the game then, Jonathan. Who went 3-1 up? Who went 2-0 up? Who eventually saw the game out? Who showed grit? Who showed confidence? And who showed the better quality when going forward, Jonathan?
Ready.
Fighting talk.
No, because they scored 2 and we scored 3.
Wow. Yes.
Go on, Annie.
It's a good result at Reading, though, isn't it, Annie?
Go on, Annie.
I mean, Reading
An elected one.
Reading are not great, but they finished 7th last season. They're definitely weaker than last season because they lost Elise. Lost Elise, Richards. They've lost very good players. Not sure about the manager as well. Very good result. Needed that. Hopefully we can push on, get some wins. The first win in, I think, 18 games or something.
But
and you still got more points than us.
Exactly. I got Michael saying, managed to get a screenshot of Archer pulling fierce. Good enough for Photoshop. Good luck to you.
Oh my god, I'm dreading it.
I was going to say, I want to talk about Saturday's game quickly. Who have you got on Saturday, Andy? By the way, Bristol City. Who you got Saturday?
No, we've got our Friday. We've got Swansea at home, and I'm going to that.
Nice.
All right, nice one.
Sold out away end as well. Bristol City Swansea with a sold out away end is never ends well. Never ever ends well.
Wow.
Oh.
Tell you what, Swansea is still finding their feet in the championship. By the way, they lost the other day, but they tried to play. They try to play free flowing football under Russell Martin. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, but you got to give it time. So young, and then you just go on there, Andy. You tell him, get him told. Bristol City is still crap, regardless.
Annie, tell him, Richard, I'm better at cricket than Richard Masters will ever be. Reply with that.
Wow.
Bristol City are on 4 points in the top half. Very viable top half championship team. I don't see unless you can define what crap means, Jonathan. I shall not argue any further.
Emil crap. There's one for you.
Emil crap, aye.
He's the worst. He's got to be one of the worst players I've seen at Bristol City. At Newcastle.
All right. What?
And he's still one of the worst there.
He's one of the worst.
We signed him. Nigel, we signed a Millcraft. Yeah, no. Get rid of him now. Get rid of him.
Not unless you need a new program salesman.
Yeah.
Probably need a right back as well, though.
Well, you do need a new right back, yeah.
Well, we'll ask him Millcraft if he knows one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've got a tweet of someone, right, regarding Sunday's game against West Ham. So if he thinks that was absolutely appalling performance, he hasn't been a fan for very long, then wow. Listen, this is the thing with our fan base, right? I mean, people accept mediocrity, right? I'm not being funny, right? But watch the game. Watch the second half of the game on Sunday, right? Watch the second half performance, right? We were absolutely shambolic. Play that again throughout the season, we'll be relegated, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are not good enough, and fans has got to realise and understand and wake up to reality and just admit we are not good enough at the back. You know what I mean? That needs to be changed. But there you go. So on Saturday's game, right? I'm going to go on the table. Jason, what do you think the score's going to be on Saturday against Villa?
2-0 Villa.
You went round to me. Pete?
2-1 Villa. I think it will be.
Chibas?
3-0 Villa.
3-0 half time. You know?
I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. I think we'll nick a goal.
Okay, Billy?
4-1 Villa.
We're all going Villa.
That's what I've gone for, 4-1 myself. I've gone 4-1 myself, by the way. Let's be real. Sorry, but they're gonna test Freddie Ruman as well, by the way. They're gonna target him as well, by the way.
The defender's not going to protect him again.
Yeah.
Nah.
That is a rubbish attitude when you've got a young keeper there, and they should be clubbing together, the back three or back four, whatever, and saying, right, we've got to help the kid out. Because going back to Sunday's game, Moyes will have seen the team sheet and said, right, lads, rookie goalkeeper, put him under pressure. You know, and Dean Smith will be doing the same for Saturday's game, be saying, right, lads, their defence are like old steam engines, slows out, test the keeper, because he's not very doesn't look assured, the keeper. Let's get them crosses in. So it's the defenders have got to stand up, man up, and say, right, we're going to help the kid out.
Well, that's why we've got to have Lascelles in Saturday, because for all of his faults, he's a leader, and he won't accept falls gladly, and we've got to get him in.
Oh, absolutely. And if we are going to get anybody in terms of before the end of the window, we need a bit of speed at the back. I mean,
Yeah, we've got no pace in the centre backs now. I mean, we've had these centre backs for a few seasons now.
Yeah, exactly. And Peter, another thing, just going back to the Alex Ferguson thing, what Alex Ferguson was also good at was refreshing the team season upon season, improving what he had. We ain't improved. I mean, what we got is like out-of-date stock in a lot of cases, haven't we? I mean, if our players were on the supermarket shelves, as the Stafford behind the mud, in the skip.
Aldi.
Aldi.
It'll be reduced to clear.
Yeah, they'd be in the reduced pile at Aldi. Yeah, absolutely.
They'd be in the skip outside Aldi.
Yeah, or penny sale even that. But as Peter says, we've had them for and there goes the thing about the sporting director, whoever we have. It's rubbish. It's crap. They ain't no structure off the field. Looking at the squad, saying, right, this is where we need to improve. Whatever, shambolic, but hey, rant over for another time.
Crazy. Oh, there you go. Jonathan's up to go you again. Ali, not very good. Ali, don't know what crap to go back to school and look up the dictionary. What crap means, silly boy? Wow. Say no more. So we've got some Tangy 2 for him if crap is dropped. 3-1 to Villa. 3-1 if crap clear. And Villa as well. And Keith says, spot on, our defence is too slow. I've always said that.
John, just 1 second. When Jonathan said, look up in the dictionary what a crap means, you didn't answer my question, though. You didn't answer my question, mate. I asked you what crap means. Okay, let's just say I don't know. What does crap mean then?
Wow. Wow. Fair enough. Fair comment. And I mean, since Steve Bruce walked through the door as Newcastle manager, how many defenders has he ever brought in on loan or signed?
It's only been Craft, and he's only brought
Williams.
Oh, Williams.
Yes.
Williams on loan, yeah.
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose as well, yeah.
Danny Rose, yeah.
Centre backs. I don't think
Zero.
No.
So he comes.
Zero, yeah.
He comes as manager, and he must know after 3 seasons, right, who's good enough and who's not good enough. What does he go and do? He goes to sell Lejeune. Lejeune, we could have done with him on Sunday.
Also bought Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
I
mean, Steve Bruce is probably the best centre half not to play for England, in my opinion.
Yeah, as a player. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he has absolutely no knowledge of centre backs and what's needed to fill a leak in defence. He has no knowledge whatsoever, and there's no chance for him, is there, at all? There's no hope for him.
No knowledge of centre backs, and where did he used to play?
Exactly. He's the best one. As I said, he's the best one that's never played for England, in my opinion. He was a great centre half. Him and Palace together were superb.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know. He can't see it.
Yeah. Well, what you also want to see is, in terms of on the training pitch. I mean, Ancelotti was a centre half, wasn't he, from Milan? Carlo Ancelotti.
Centre defensive midfielder, weren't he?
Well,
that neck of the woods.
Yeah, that neck of the woods. If Steve Bruce had it up here, he would be doing specific drills in training to sharpen up his centre backs. Yeah, like if like the sort of things Shearer would be doing with strikers, etc. He should be, but doesn't seem to be doing anything like that.
No, I don't know what to do. Like Paul said earlier on, what do you do in training?
Yeah.
Are they following instructions? Yeah. Are they taking it in? Are they getting a message across? Do you know what I mean? The players must be thinking it's like a flipping holiday camp. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holiday. And I tell you what as well, if other managers would draw them in, like Rafa Benitez got them in twice a day, right? John Joe Shelby hated it. He hated training twice a day.
Yeah.
Now, since Rafa left, I bet you Shelby must be laughing his socks off. You know what I mean? He should be out the doors, man. You know what I mean? Ian, I'm not a fan of Shelby, by the way. Ian, that good, by the way.
Never.
No.
Good. Not that good at all. All he does just hit Hollywood passes and hoping for the best, not for me.
Yeah.
And there's that much kids nowadays, yeah. And then Thomas, John, did you enjoy Bullen's birthday? I didn't even know it was his birthday. When was his birthday anyway?
Every day when he's at Newcastle.
I know John is 23. He must be 24, 25 now. But I tell you
Stealing
what,
living.
Yeah.
I'm making a wrap up. We'll go wrap up in a minute, by the way. I want to come on to a quick one. Yeah, I've got Annie, take Shelby. And Michael said, does Bruce actually take training? Because he was in on his office when Richie incident happened. I tell you something, right? That hasn't gone away, really. I mean, I'm sure Bruce has lost the players. I don't know anyone see it. But yeah.
Well, this is all linked in with the long staffs, isn't it? It's all the same argument, really, isn't it? The long staffs and what happened to them last season.
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
It's all involved with it. It's all interlinked. You know, going back to Steve Bruce, when he was at Manchester United, when he went to Manchester United, he was a bang average centre half. They struggled for 2 years. They struggled for 2 years.
Yeah,
they conceded goals left, right, and centre, and then all of a sudden, they started picking up. The defence became strong. So what happened to that defence between 1989 and 1992 when they started winning the titles? Obviously, they were coached. So why can't he see that needs to be done to our players?
Yeah.
It's absolute madness.
Yeah,
because the improvement they made in them 3 years was phenomenal, really.
Yeah. It was like you couldn't get past them, could you? In them 3 years, but yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more on.
That's why you can see the 62 goals this season. Then, Edward, I mean, also all it is. I've got to talk about as well about our fans sort of thing. Lost the first game. Do you think? I mean, Chippers will probably agree with us as well. Do you think the fans are overreacting? I know PD don't agree. Do you think fans are overreacting, guys?
Well, of course they're not.
No, the second half was that bad.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I mean, we've got to overreact because they haven't learned from last.
Yeah. John, thing is, right, so there were fans in that crowd, yeah? When you go to a restaurant and you have a bad meal, you complain to the manager, don't you? That's your feedback. Say, what do you call that pap that you've served me on the plate, right?
Yeah.
Fans overreacting is feedback. That is the feedback. At the end of the day, booing at the end of a match, it's just feedback at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know, that's the way you've got to look at it.
Exactly.
They're booing because they are not happy what they've been served up.
No, you're right. And I'll tell you what as well, sort of thing, this is beginning on for what, nearly 3 seasons now? Yeah. And I'll tell you what, though, I mean, fans are not going to pull over this.
No, absolutely not.
I'm doing that about it, sort of thing. Crazy. Kanji, here's the thing about training. If the players are garbage, how can they learn of each other? That's very true. He's right. He's right. And West Brom, our goal up, by the way, are on ball FC.
Very funny. Very good.
They're going up this season anyway. Let's be real. They're going up.
No, I don't. Maybe.
You're saying Fulham, right?
I definitely. Now think Fulham will go up. I actually got West Brom second, but I think it's going to be very close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be between Bournemouth and Keep On. To be honest, I think Bournemouth have probably found a way on the podcast sort of thing. So
I'll tell you what, that's a cracking appointment for Fulham. That Marco Silva, a very good appointment.
Very good.
Yeah, there's a coach who knows what he's doing.
He's even got Mitrovic scoring from the floor.
Well, there you go.
I tell you what, I mean, it's going to be so exciting in the Championship. Oh, we don't go there. If we do go there, we didn't get back up for many years to go on. And like Paul said earlier on, we're going to end up losing Callum Wilson. The guest keeps getting sub. ASM sounds a bit peed off as well. We ain't going to have a team. And we're going to be fighting relegation. You can't pin Joe Willock on his own. It's not fair. He cannot sort the defence out. And they say, I agree with you when you see Fulham, double pivot, Seri and Grisa. And that's a guy I love to have. He ain't going to go anywhere. For Wilson and Mitchell and Gavardo.
It's not just Seri and Anguissa. It's Seri, Anguissa, Harrison Reed, Tyrese Francois, about 10 others who are incredible in the Championship.
Yeah.
Got one of the best squads in the league.
They have. And I think they do. I think they're going to go. They'll probably go up anyway. and Caballo to Newcastle.
That'll be some signing.
It will be something like this kid is good, isn't he? This kid is good. He's going to make
He's
some
really
noise.
good. He
Skillful.
creates space so easily. Takes a touch, gets away from the man, shoots, gives it to Mitrovic, shoots, creates a chance out of nowhere. I think he's 17 as well, playing in the Championship, not in the National League.
We're not going to sign him because he costs money, and Mike actually won't spend money. It doesn't matter. We're not going to sign him.
He's young. Plus, he's young, and Bruce don't like young players.
Exactly. We're going to end again, that lad from Chelsea, Ampadu.
Ampadu, yeah.
I wouldn't touch him at all whatsoever. Do you know what I mean?
I'm glad you wouldn't, John. I'm glad you wouldn't because it's
you wouldn't touch him and let me tell you something.
I'm glad you said that, John.
He was at Sheffield United, man. And I tell you what, he just ball easily, he gets knocked off the ball, but he makes some rash tackles as well. Not for me, frankly. No better than the ones we have got. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're going to get players like him, then we are going to be in serious trouble, guys. So
I think Peter's watching Emil Kraft strip on the right.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I was going to say, listen, I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. I could give another 5 minutes as well. Got Lily as well. When we know Annie has said Fulham to win the league, then and that says a lot.
I said Watford would win the league last season. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he was close, were you? But that championship, I watched it as well. I mean, you mentioned about Rob Dickey as well, and I think it'd be a decent sign for Newcastle if he's up for so. He's not going to be worth at least 10 million at least.
And the league in any country that you haven't watched.
In about 3 years, time, he'll worth about 30 million, in my opinion. He's just so good.
Was it Oxford, Annie?
Oxford,
he was at Oxford, yeah. He was.
We were linked with him there, weren't we?
He was their captain at Oxford, wasn't he?
We were linked there, weren't we, with him
I
then?
think I remember him.
He's linked to him as well.
He's a centre back. He can play in a 3. So he would fit perfectly in your system.
Well, he won't come here because we'll not spend the money to sign him.
He's so good when on the ball. He's in the 2 Championship League games he's played in. He scored 2 goals, and the goals he scores as well is just he drives out of defence right into forward areas and just creates chances on his own, basically.
Can I ask something? Is this a Newcastle show? We're talking about the Championship now. Over that seems to have got lost. It just seems to have got the
Ask the question about Rob Dickey. I'm answering it.
Yeah,
I know, but Lily, this is Newcastle United we're talking about, not sort of Liverpool or anything like that. It's Newcastle
We don't
United.
care about Liverpool.
No,
we don't care about corrupt 6.
No.
Very
don't care
true.
about the Championship either.
Championship.
Lily likes any comparisons post, don't she? You know, some things like Vardy or Kraft. Them kind of questions.
But the thing is, she says she's not a Leicester fan, but she quite clearly is. And then she said last week, I'm not a Leicester fan, but she said she was. So
or Villa, one of the two.
Or Villa, right?
Probably depends who's highest in the table. Then just start supporting them. That's probably the way it works.
Then when she talks about Newcastle, she says we. And then I'm thinking,
I noticed that.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, guys, I think I'll wrap up, guys, if that's okay. And listen, I know you've got things on to do. And did you enjoy coming to the show, Jason?
Yeah, as always.
Bit quiet today, mind.
I'm always quiet. I'm always quiet.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Sure you are.
Go on, Jason.
glad to come on the show, PD.
Oh yeah, cheers very much, man, for tonight.
You too, Chip House. Happy?
Oh, I've absolutely hated it, man, John. It's been absolutely
And dinner.
Loved it, mate. Nice to meet everybody face to face again. And obviously, I've met you and met Jason, met Annie before. And nice to meet Chippers again, and obviously Billy. We've obviously messaged each other on Twitter and stuff, but nice to meet face to face. No, it's good. Nice little chat. Cool.
Brilliant.
And Billy, happy?
Yeah, enjoyable as always, John. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me on.
And Annie Buda.
Great show again, John. Pleasure being on there.
Thanks very much.
Unfortunately, John, I'm at work next Wednesday night, so I'll not be able to pop on. I've got work duties, so
that's fair enough. You got your
Thank
money. You got the horse.
See, it's the Bristol City fan on the Newcastle forum. Where man, Annie, you've got a leg to stand on.
Yeah, Chip has. I'll give him credit for one thing. One of the shows he was wearing the 2009-10 championship shirt from Newcastle, so we'll let him off.
The key word there. He's obviously a championship guy, so he's wearing championship the shirt.
Cut.
Just quick ones, very, very quickly, guys. On the intention, I wish we would have cried about Milner, even though he's old and he's fit and he's
No prodigal sons.
No,
I'll tell you what, why don't we sign the cast off Cocoon as well? Because we've got our old biddies here in the first place. Let's just have a retirement home built up at St. James's Park for them now.
Cast of Cocoon. Chip is on, they all dead. They all dead.
Exactly, that's my point.
Fair enough. I've got Lily again. Will you take Dash ahead of Newcastle? Will you take Sean Dash?
Oh, yes, I would.
Take anyone over Bruce. Anyone. I'll take a Snell over Bruce. I'll take Colin the Christmas Carrot over bloody Bruce.
I don't think Sean Dash is going to be at Burnley next season.
No.
He'll not be there next season.
I'll take bloody Marilyn Manson over Bruce, man.
Yeah.
Read this out quickly as well. Who's the worst ref in the Premier League? I'll say
for God's sake. She's 21 questions here. Like, I mean, honestly.
Who did you say, John?
Say again?
Who did you say?
Mike Dean for me.
Oh, Alface, yeah. Alface, definitely.
I'll tell you what, he should retire. Obviously, he should retire. He's out of retire. And Judy in the house. Judy!
My future ex-wife is in the house.
Yay! You made get in the cut. Hope you're okay, Judy. Love you lot.
Yeah, what sort of question is that?
Who's the most dirty player on the Four Horsemen? The most dirtiest player? Wow.
John with his dungeon.
I think Barry. Well, are you on about the comments or out of all of all the four of us?
Thomas is the dirtiest. Diarrhea.
I'm worried about Thomas with his diarrhea.
I think I've got quite high standards now compared to some of the people I've told. Jesus.
Come on, name names, Chippers.
Well, we saw one before. We've got Thomas as one. I mean, diarrhea. I mean, that's not my cup of tea.
Wow.
We're going to get when the cricket show keeps going on about the runs.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Wow. Great show. Thanks, John, everyone. Thanks so much for Heath Longwood. I've got great a lot of entertainment watching Newcastle United. That's
We don't.
He must have a season ticket for the away end.
Not to you, Judy. You are a million. You are a star, Judy. Honestly, but I'm trying to get another 243 to get me 1K. And so I can do me super chats as well, set that sort of thing. So once I hit 1,000, I'll be over the moon. So I gotta drill it up as well as much as I can on Twitter and Facebook.
Will you be doing a live stream when you hit that 1,000?
We'll be doing a live stream on the moon if you go onto the moon.
What I'd love to do, guys, I would love to basically get the journalists on if I could get like Gibble.
I'm sorry, I laughed. I laughed because QPR have just gone ahead against Middlesbrough with 10 men.
They've gone ahead now, have they?
Wow.
Yeah. Good Christ.
I think Warnock could be over the moon, will he? And I'll go speak to Paul in a bit. Thanks for having me on, buddy. You're a legend, my guy, Paul. You're welcome anytime, my guy. And make sure you come on Saturday for me, watch along as well. It's going to be...
One question, right? How can it be a watch along when the match isn't live on the telly or it's not streamed or anything?
Well, it'll be on some stream site.
Yeah, on the stream sort of thing. So.
John
on nufc.com, they'll have
What's that?
No, I'm saying on nufc.com.
No,
Where they have
so I think that you can get it on. He goals me. He goals me.
What? Goes what?
I bet he does.
Back of the net.
Thanks, Tom. Here, Tom. Boost makes me eat cabbage. That's the Lily QPR. Look good this season. Sounds like they do. Derby are staying up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're winning it all, aren't they?
They're winning the minutes.
They're winning at Hull. Yes, they are. They're winning at Hull.
Yes. So, guys, and Hooton, he's under pressure, isn't he?
Nah. Omna's a
I
bit
don't care
sticky,
about
so.
Nottingham Forest, man. Jesus.
What?
I don't care about Nottingham Forest. I don't care. Why do I want them out for? Why do I want them out?
After
Shippers is a miserable git. Oh my God.
I'm a Newcastle fan, man, Annie. That's the point.
Yeah, but we must have a soft spot for you, and I've gone.
I've got one for him, but I don't want him out of a job or anything. Jesus, I'm not campaigning for him like she seems to be.
Placards.
I mean, I tell you what. And just got Judy Hopps as well. Last one come for the night before we sign off. I wish I knew that site before. Yeah, he goes me. And
John in a matter of minutes. Judy to Judy Hopps.
Hey. I got Chippers. So Chippers is miserable gets. That's from Paul. And Hooton is better. That chapter I doubt.
If Paul's still watching, where's Yoko Ono? If Paul's still watching, where's Yoko Ono? Because he sounds like John Lennon. Where's Yoko hiding, Paul?
Wow. No. Got Hooton will thrive at Newcastle or Everton.
He's already managed here.
Yeah, he did. He has. Lily, man.
He got sacked for being too popular.
That's the thing. Yeah, he's right. He's sacked. He said,
on the back of a 5-1 win on
Warnock in Newcastle.
No, Newcastle. In the championship, maybe.
We don't want Colin.
But
good old Colin. Who doesn't love good old Colin?
So that's it, guys. Thanks for coming on. And,
nice one.
The video, please smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment section down below. I'll be back tomorrow for Aston Villa chat on the match preview with 3 Villa fans. That should be fun and games. And Friday, I did a press conference reaction, and I'll do the watch along on Saturday from around about 2:15. So, guys, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, nice one. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.